Evening, fellas. How are we?
How are you? How you feeling?
Do you know what? I would have been more disappointed, gutted, etc. if I hadn't pretty much expected this to happen in the first place. But the way we played this season, how inconsistent we've been, I kind of saw the writing was on the wall. I think everybody had that feeling that this was just going to be Palace's, and I felt exactly the same. And congratulations, by the way, to Palace, because if City aren't going to win it, I'm glad it isn't like Liverpool or Arsenal or anybody like that. See a new club get the name on the trophy, then that's wicked for them, and I'm sure they're going to have a great night, aren't they? So
what about Haaland, matey?
The main thing.
What's he
Right,
doing?
so this is the thing, right? Right, so you chaps will probably remember, midway through last season, I think we played Brentford one night and he scored a goal. He'd had a nightmare of a game, and I came on with you two fellas and I said, we've got one of the most lethal strikers in the world, but we're not as dangerous when he's in the team. And you weren't sure about that, and I'm telling you now, I've said it ever since, and it's proving time and time again.
We won a treble, so it didn't prove you right. You haven't been proven right.
No, we have been because that was after that. Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
no, but he won the treble.
But listen. So the way that we play, the way that Pep wants to play, when Haaland isn't getting those early balls in, which he doesn't get anymore, because let's be honest, Kev's injured most of the time and he's past his best. When he doesn't get them, forget him. He's out of the game.
Yeah, no.
We're playing with 10 men. And the best run of form that we've had all of this season has coincided with the run when he's been out. And the 2 games he's come back, and all of a sudden, we're back to the dross we were playing earlier on this season. I'm telling you now, I'm not saying he's not a great striker. He's a great striker, but he's a terrible footballer. And the problem that
terrible footballer. Terrible footballer.
He can't trap a bag of sand. He cannot trap a bag of sand.
No, you can't take that back, Lee. You can't say.
No, I'm not taking it back. No, we've seen it so many times.
Terrible.
He's brilliant.
You're going to stand by.
He's running onto something and finishing a ball. He can do that until the cows come off, right? So fair play to him. That's what he wants to do. But if we had a team that was doing that for him, brilliant. But we don't. And so every time we play against a team that's going to back in like Palace have backed in again today, you two fellas have said it just before I come on. City were poor. City were poor against Southampton last week. City were poor most of this season.
You can't just blame Haaland there.
It's not just Haaland, but he's a problem. He is a problem.
He's not.
I'm sorry, it's not. It's too much of a pattern. It's not an anomaly. It's a regular problem.
Okay, so
we've got an issue.
Look, when you say he's a terrible footballer, you don't quite mean that, do you?
He's good at what he does.
Yeah.
He's good at what he does. What I mean is, if you want him to play in the team as part of a shape, and we all know that that's what Pep absolutely relies on. This is an actual statistic. We have never scored as many goals in a season at City since Haaland came. Since the season before Haaland came, when we played with no striker.
Yeah, and
that was our highest goal-scoring season. And since that, we have progressively gone down and down and down because we're trying to play around him.
Leo, I think it's slight exaggeration. You say you've gone down and down. Jay's right. You won a treble in that time.
No, we didn't. No, that's what I'm saying. We won the treble in his first season, and the season after that, we scored less goals, and then this season we scored less goals again. That's what I mean when I'm saying we're
but they can't just blame that on Haaland, can you? There's because Kevin De Bruyne is getting older, Bernardo Silva's getting older. Yeah. Jack Grealish is not at his best. You're building a new team. Yeah. You can't just be like, it's Haaland's fault. He bottled it today, 100%.
I'm not saying it's Haaland, but Jamie, you can't ignore the facts. In the time that he's been out, over this last 2 months, we have won 8 or 9 games on the bounce. He's come back in, we haven't scored. We haven't even looked like scoring. And it was the same pattern before he got injured. I'm not saying it's his fault. We aren't set up as a team to get the most out of him unless when we get those moments where we play him in early, he's lethal. But we don't generally play like that. We play a methodical, functional game, backwards, side, forwards, drag them out of position. Haaland doesn't move them out of position. He doesn't do it. So we've got him playing in one style and the rest of the team playing in another. And so it's not his fault. It's just a fact. We cannot get the best version of Man City with a striker who isn't brilliant technically with his feet. We'd be better off having a half-decent finisher who could actually play with the ball and take part in the team shape. And it's happened again today. It's happened again last week. It's been happening all season We got away with it last season, fellas. We shouldn't really. I don't think we shouldn't have won that title last season. We weren't at our best all season. But we to be honest with you, Arsenal bottled it, didn't they? So we probably weren't at our best, and nobody really expected us to get to the end point that we got to.
Lee,
but we weren't great then either.
Lee, can I ask you a question? I hear you, and you're not the first to say what you're saying, and there is something in it. And I've always said that Harry Kane is a better all-round footballer than Haaland. They're different. They're strikers, but very different. But I want to ask you about the penalty. Why is he giving that away? What's that all about?
Do you know? I don't know. I don't know whether that was prearranged or what. But
no, give it away. Haaland doesn't give it. He didn't give it away. The year you won the treble, he ain't giving that away.
No, I agree. But his record on penalties, he's poor. It's poor. So I think it's only like 50%. I'm sorry, but it's in your.
No, but it's the FA Cup final. I don't care.
You want your best. I agree with you.
Do you know what I mean? If you take the penalties.
I agree with you. I think most people would say. I didn't go to Wembley today. I went to the semi-final, but I didn't go today. I'm not. It's but I heard Wayne Rooney talking after the game, and he was saying, "Look, there's no way I'd have let that happen or whatever." So the question is, what's going on in Erling Haaland's head?
Would you sell Haaland?
Yeah, 100%. But I've had this conversation, but you won't get a buyer because at the end of the day now he's signed on a 9.5-year contract on mega wages. And actually, I think this last season and a half taken a bit of the edge off who Erling Haaland is in terms of his position as the top striker.
He is today. He's a bolt job, and it's a shame because I love him. And I think he's a brilliant footballer, but
he's thrown away a goal.
He's thrown away. He's given away a goal.
Alan Shearer's not doing that.
No,
Harry Kane is not doing that. Aguero. I mean, any major penalty take. Aguero take pens, must take pens. Anyone that takes a pen for your side is not giving that up.
Does not give away a penalty in the FA Cup final. I'm sorry. You're the main dog. You're the main man. You
Harry
do
Kane,
not give away a penalty.
Alan Shearer, give me it.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.